In Minecraft, there is one obvious goal: get stacked and beat the Ender Dragon. But the journey to get there is completely different for every player. A few months ago, Rekrap uploaded a video explaining how to beat Minecraft to his 30-year-old cousin. Even though I'm neither 30 years old or Rekrap's cousin, I couldn't stop watching. His approach to survival Minecraft felt so different from the way I normally play that I wanted to see what would happen if I follow his guide from start to finish. So for the next 7 days, that's exactly what I'm going to do. So I started this off like any normal Minecraft world, mining some trees. After that, I started walking around and I immediately found 3 structured off the bat. First, I stumbled upon this mine shaft. Then right around the corner, I found a village or outpost, which was awesome because that meant a village was nearby. And then immediately after seeing that, I found a shipwreck. None of these structures really had any crazy loot, but it was still an insane start to this seed, and it was about to get even crazier. Right over this hill, I found the village. I started my raid of this village by taking their hay bale to turn into bread. After crafting myself a pickaxe, I stopped for a quick snack of some bread. Mined some stone up to make some starter stone tools. I then found this water cave, and I kid you not, this is one of the craziest caves I've ever been in. I used the strategy of using a door so I could breathe underwater while mining ores, and it worked so well. Not too long after mining iron, I got low enough to find diamonds. And yes, this isn't even deep slate diamonds, which is rare. I thought this was a good spot to stop and smelt some of my iron. I also made myself a full set of iron armor. I stopped to mine this iron ore, and it ended up opening up to a huge cheese cave. As you can see, even when I first entered this cave, there were just diamonds all in my face, and it didn't get any different throughout the whole time. Over here I found a trial chamber, which will come in handy later. Over here I found a chicken jockey. After seeing this big lava pool, I thought this was a good spot to set up camp for a little bit, make some diamond armor, and head into the Nether. At this point, I was only like 30 to 40 minutes in, and I thought this was an amazing start to have full diamond tools, full diamond armor, and heading into the Nether this early. At this point, the seed only gets even crazier. Not only finding a bastion, but a fortress literally inside the bastion. After aggroing some piglins, I decided it was probably a good idea to make some gold armor. And then I made my way into the fortress. After really struggling to kill these wither skeletons for some reason, I found the spawner right around the corner. I ended up deciding that 11 blaze rods would be enough. I grabbed that many because I was planning on doing some potion brewing later. I then made my way into the bastion to try and steal some extra gold blocks. After that, I started my onslaught of Endermen. Here, a piglin decided to get into the boat with the Enderman, and so I aggroed the piglin, and it literally took me 30 minutes. I looked at the recording, it took 30 minutes to get them to de-aggro. I think I was bugged or something. After they finally de-aggroed, I got back to finishing up killing the Enderman. I then worked on finding my way back into the village. I decided this tiny little shed would be a good place to call home. So I made some chests and emptied my inventory into them. After that, I chucked some ice and started heading in the direction of the stronghold. I then found the stronghold and portal room. To be honest, if I was just playing my own world, I would definitely go in and kill the ender dragon right here because getting an elytra will help me do the next step so much easier. Rekrap said in his video, since he was playing on a server, that all wanted to beat the ender dragon on his own, so he couldn't use an elytra. That's why I didn't kill it now, but I really wanted to. Looking back, I wish I did, and you'll see why. You may be thinking, well then why would you go to the stronghold? But the bookshelves was the main reason I wanted to come here, because then I could get enchanting really quick, level 30 enchants. Then after a long journey home, I finally made it back to my tiny shed in the village. After this, I did some really important stuff and I can't even make this up, my power went out. I recorded my mic live after this, so you'll see what I did. Literally can't make this up. My power went out. Lost last hour of recording. I made this. I'm trying to recover the replay file because it was low-key like a big hour or so. So I went to Nether to get Nether wart. I made this. Got a zombie underneath here. I've got some armadillos. And I made a whole villager breeding system. And I lost all of it. And I did trial chamber to get slimes for leads. And I lost all of it. But hopefully the replay file recovers. After this, I just did a ton of miscellaneous tasks around the base. I first only had 3 armadillos in my XP farm, which led me to getting about like 4 levels per 3-minute infestation potion, and I didn't realize how inefficient that was for that farm. I ended up getting about 20 armadillos in there now, and it's way better. I get about 20 levels per 3-minute infestation potion, which is actually insane for how easy it was to make. I also worked on getting mending. I maxed out on my tools. The first like big enchant I was looking for other than Fortune 3 was Looting 3 because I was trying to get spider eyes to breed armadillos to make the XP farm more efficient, and my drops were just abysmal. I was out there almost every night and I'd come back with like 6 spider eyes. It was ridiculous. I also started farming melons. I ended up getting some pretty solid armor here. I had fire protection 4 in my helmet and then prot 4 everything else, with some other stuff like unbreaking, mending. I had feather falling, respiration, aqua affinity, so I had a pretty decent set of armor. Everything was going pretty swell up until this point, and then I started looking for netherite, and everything just went downhill. In Rekrap's video, he used this easy to make tunnel bore, which worked insanely well for him. I made it. First off, it was a headache because I had to get all the stuff. Second off, it was a headache because the chunk loader he used just didn't work for me. The minecart kept getting stuck on the obsidian, and it just literally wouldn't work. So I had to use this really expensive chunk loader that had 4 hopper minecarts, which is basically a stack of iron I just had to get in the cave. It ended up working. The tunnel bore did work, it just got stopped by a huge pool of lava that I tried fighting with for a minute and then I realized it just wasn't worth it. For my second strategy, I started to use beds, which Rekrap didn't do, but I had to think of a different plan because I wasn't building that tunnel bore again. And honestly, the beds were kind of underwhelming. After both those 2 strategies, I think I found about 6 pieces of ancient debris. So I went back to strip mining and found a couple more pieces. At the end of the week, I actually had a lot of fun playing on this world. I might make another part where I kill the ender dragon and actually get full netherite armor, but this is where I'm at so far.